Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at being hitmen, but mostly we're poor at making art. I'm Benj.
I'm Isaac. And this week, we have just seen the movie, see if I say it right, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, the sequel to the movie from a few years ago, The Hitman's Bodyguard. And we have been inspired to take the title of that movie and draw something with the same title. No promises that it will have anything to do with the movie. Although we might talk about the movie, so if you haven't seen it yet, first of all, that's probably for the best. But if you want to see the movie, you might want to stop listening and just go see it.
Yeah, we're not necessarily going to give spoilers, but we're also not going to try not to give spoilers. So if you want to be sure not to have anything spoiled for you, just don't watch this video.
There's other reasons you might not watch our video too.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're hoping to see two decent artists, you'd probably turn away now.
Yep, probably go find a different video to watch if that's what you're looking for. Also, we might just ruin the movie for you anyways because our drawings will just be that bad. But honestly, this is one of those movies where I feel like we can't ruin it with our poor drawings because the movie even spoilers for this movie, like, it didn't have enough coherency for that to matter.
Yeah, it's entirely true. I can ruin your hope for artists, though. I mean, my nose alone here on this one's a little bit concerning already. But overall,
Yeah, this isn't the worst face we've drawn.
you gotta admit, it looks like a human being.
Yeah, I mean, except for his mouth, which is either like stapled shut or he has like a lot of like teeth sticking out.
He's not entirely sure about the situation he's found himself in.
So is this the
hitman
or the wife or
Hitman's
the bodyguard?
Wife's bodyguard. This
Okay.
is him right here. Can't you tell? He just exudes that that bodyguarding flavor.
I mean, what's the difference when drawing a bodyguard and a hitman?
Who they're pointing the gun at. Which in this case, there is no gun, so it's really hard to tell, I know. But maybe we'll get there. He doesn't have normally large collar.
Yeah. As far as the movie goes, though, it was definitely one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
I would second that. Also, one of the craziest and most insane movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Definitely that one. But even with its craziness, it had, like, the character development and the story. Like, they didn't, like, completely lose that.
No, I would say it was a good movie.
Like, most like, comedies, you watch them and you're just like, they didn't even try to, like, tell a story. They just were trying to make jokes. Like, I would say this had more of a story than Ragnarok did.
Thor Ragnarok was one of those movies that was just so many jokes, it kind of left out the storyline.
Exactly. So I'm saying this movie, I think, had more jokes than Ragnarok, but also more story.
I'd agree with that. All right. We're at my least favorite part of every drawing, and that is attempting to do
the hands. Is he going to be holding anything in his hand?
Not this one, apparently. The thumb. I mean, his hand is pretty curved at an odd angle. Like, maybe he's got a broken wrist from his bodyguarding duty.
Yeah, also his thumb, maybe he lost half of his thumb.
Yeah. Because I made his arms extra long, I'm going to kind of make his torso incredibly long for no reason.
Which also means that now he has a very short tie.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunately true.
Most people's ties basically go down to the waist.
Yeah, you might be right about that, but not his. He's also got
claws.
You know, for it being claws, that hand still kind of looks better than the other one.
And that thumb is definitely bent the wrong way. Looks like it's coming towards us.
He's had some rough times lately. But that's okay. I'm going to attempt to do the same thing I did last time, which is just not even leave room for...
Yeah, that worked out real well for you last time.
This time, it's more intentional, because his feet are just off screen and you can't see his shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do with the fact that I probably couldn't draw shoes.
He's a very lanky, short-armed guy.
That's how most bodyguards are.
Like, isn't the normal proportion for a human, like, that their arms are the same length as their body?
I don't know. Things like that.
I don't think that that's true for this guy.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Everybody's different, so I guess...
Now, we have to add a woman.
Is this going to be the Hitman's wife?
No, she's not at the party, I don't think. It's a neck. She has very, very narrow face. Very narrow-faced woman.
Yeah, maybe she has hair, and that's being, like, covering up part of the face.
I'm not gonna hope so. Well, okay.
She's looking at me.
Yeah, she's looking not quite the way I intended, but I'm telling you, when you're drawing something so small as this, and then you have to hope. You have to hope that you're going to do it in the right spot when you're not allowed to erase and all that. So, can you tell that's hair? Good, because it is.
Well, I mean, it's not really anything else.
It's a woman. She has dress. That kind of goes out for some unknown reason. And she has legs.
It's almost like gravity is pulling her to the right.
It might be that case. I mean, she's standing up straight.
But like, well, yeah, she's standing straight, but like, it looks like she's trying to stand up straight, and her dress is being pulled back.
I'm also having trouble figuring out where the arm is going to be. So I'm just going to...
Maybe there's just wind going to the right, but not enough to blow her hair, just her dress.
Here's her arm. It's just down by her side.
What are you doing?
I can't laugh, or this impossibly hard task of drawing a hand becomes... Oh gosh, it's already...
Like, what was that line?
I don't know, okay? Just a hand.
I don't think he's guarding her very well.
She has like a glove on. She has some kind of a glove, I think.
I think she got her hand bitten off.
Remember, she's not the Hitman's bodyguard's wife. She's just...
So he's okay with her not being guarded.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just go with it. And then over here we'll have another woman. You're talking.
Yeah, in the movie, like, it was hard to tell if anything that was happening in it was real. It was like, you thought, like, maybe he was on drugs or maybe he was asleep, because, like, they did do that twice.
Yeah.
But then, like, you never, like, the rest of the movie, you're just like, surely he's just going to wake up here, or we're going to find out that he was on drugs. And it just didn't happen. So much of that movie was real, and I did not expect it to be.
Yeah, that is pretty true.
But I get the same feeling from your drawings.
This is great. This is another woman, you can tell. She may even be the sister or a slightly uglier sibling of
her face is much longer. And, like, her chin just becomes her neck.
Yeah, I'm gonna say...
But, like, she's not fat.
I'm going to say this is this woman's mother. She doesn't have feet. You can see that.
Yeah, I mean, that is wise, because feet are somewhat hard to draw, but you're still drawing the hands. Well, for some of them. That last girl, that is not a hand. Um, I see why they're hiring a bodyguard. Somebody's attacking these people's hands. there's, there's some sort of like hand-related serial killer who maybe attacked and stole the fingers off of the first girl and put them on the top.
It's like we need a lesson in just how to draw hands. We need an actual artist just to sit us down one day and be like, here's a couple of pointers on how to draw hands.
We'll need to get one of our artist friends to come on the show and just give us like a tutorial on hands.
That would be nice, because we clearly struggle with the hand department. There's really not a whole lot we can do about that. I mean, is there?
Well, I mean, we could practice. Or we could care about our art and work towards getting better.
That's probably 100% true. But I mean, we sit down at least once a week and draw something. So
that almost would seem like it would count as practice. You would think that we might improve.
I mean, give us a year or a few years. See, like, I feel like we used to draw every week on pen and paper, and we were getting so much better. People would say things like, you're getting better.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Yeah, but now that we're drawing on a tablet, it's just so much harder. So, yeah, there's a tree in the background. I'll come back to that in a second. But
you also like started drawing ground, but it just like ends with the one girl.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. We'll get back to the background in a second. I want to make sure these words aren't in the way. So the mother over here is just going to be asking, this typical mother question. How did you two meet? Question mark. Remember, children, proper punctuation.
Yeah. Also, children, don't learn anything from our show.
Also, if children are watching something about the Hitman's bodyguards, or the Hitman's wife's bodyguard, then they're probably going to need counseling. But
yeah, that was a movie. Kids should not watch that movie.
I mean, most adults probably shouldn't watch that
movie.
movie.
Really, no. There's no reason to watch that movie.
Tina's. I don't know why Tina's. I think they kind of look like Tina's, so she's talking about another Tina.
Mm-hmm.
He's Tina's brother's. Tina's
a lot
brother,
of apostrophes there.
Son's wife's cousin's Tina's brother has a son who has a wife who has a cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Wife, cousins, hitmans.
So wait, so there's a hitman that's going after the cousin of the wife of the son of the brother of Tina.
Bodyguard. Yeah. I mean that.
Like, why do they have a relationship with this hitman? Like, so they know this person named Tina.
Yeah. They know Tina's brother's son's wife's cousin's hitman.
Well, yes. Yeah, so they know that this cousin of the wife of the son of the brother of Tina has a hitman going after them.
Yeah.
And she's met the bodyguard guarding the wife of that hitman. But they also know Tina.
Exactly.
Okay.
I have just decided that this takes place during winter.
Yes.
Because during the other during the other seasons of the year, You must have leaves on the trees.
Mm-hmm. And if you put leaves on the tree, then how are you supposed to tell it different from broccoli unless you draw texture? And that's just a whole nother problem.
It's true. I'm gonna add a shrub over here. Just a shrub. And my typical little grass sprouts, because they're outdoors. You know, meet
Or in
each
the
other
winter.
for the first time. Well, I mean, if it's in Arizona, that's the only time you're going to be outside, right?
Yeah. But you could have just like assumed there was snow.
And then he's just standing there.
Especially since in Arizona, none of our trees lose their leaves during the winter.
I feel like there should be a sun, but then I'd have to do shadowing. I don't want to have to do that.
Oh, yeah, that ruins everything. Although you've already cut off their feet, you could just say the shadows are off screen.
And she's like, oh my.
Except for that bush. You'd have to draw the bush's shadow.
And then I think he should be saying something now that he'll say something like, I promise to always protect your daughter's hands.
He's already failed.
Well, I mean, it's a sore subject for the family. We already came up with the whole backstory about them, and the clearly psychotic, psycho that's after their family, switching fingers, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever happened.
Because the mom has fingers that are not hers.
Yeah, I mean, that's
and the
true.
daughter is missing all of her fingers.
Which is entirely true, which is why they're so glad to have a nice, strong Hitman's wife's bodyguard.
Yeah.
Protect.
Even though he's protecting the wife of a man who's going after somebody they know's life.
Well, I mean, at least he has good references. Right? Give him some pockets. That's the pocket technique. Give her a pocket.
Oh, dresses with pockets. That's...
Yep, we just gained some female followers, I feel like. If you have a dress that has pockets, drop us a comment. Tell me how much you appreciate me representing the pocket dresses.
Yeah.
I mean,
There should not be dresses without
there
pockets.
shouldn't be any pants or clothes.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Pockets.
It's annoying when you buy like a swimsuit or even pajamas and they don't have pockets and you're like, well, where am I supposed to put my stuff now?
It's true. It's so true. Just gotta add some texture to my tree, as you've taught me in the past. You can't really tell it's a tree if it doesn't have texture.
You could always wear a fanny pack, but then you might get beat up.
I mean, that's entirely true.
Then you have to hire a bodyguard.
To protect your fanny pack. That's just embarrassing when you have to introduce him to people.
This is my fanny pack bodyguard. He's here because I wear a fanny pack.
Yeah, it would be understandable. There, I think I've about near covered the Hitman's wife's bodyguard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hitman's wife's bodyguard.
I think
Let's set it right
technically
there.
you did draw that.
Yeah, the Hitman's wife's. So many apostrophes. Wife's
Especially in your drawing.
bodyguard. Well, I mean, once you've got two, you might as well go for the gusto and just continue.
Mm-hmm. And you gotta put your name and age to finish off the drawing.
Again, people, when they watch this, the biggest lie is that they're going to think we are anything except children drawing and two grown men voicing over this drawing. But nope,
Mm-hmm.
age 28, that's my drawing. I think it's about time for you to get over here and give us your interpretation.
Yep. Let's do this thing.
Those two women look like they could be related.
Yes, they're both ugly.
Well, let's see if you could do any better then.
Okay, let's draw something.
All right. I think that's the goal of today. Draw something.
Okay.
Yeah, thinking back to that movie this weekend, though, like, it is easily
one of the most ridiculous movies I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's a lot of movies I've watched, and you can tell pretty quick that they were not going for, like, reality in any way, shape, or form. Like Expendables, you just watch that movie and you're just like, this would never happen in real life. But no movie has ever done that more, I think, than The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
It is just so unrealistic, so over the top crazy, but it's fantastic because of that. Like, seriously.
Yeah, it is.
It's like Ryan Reynolds' form of humor that he's kind of like adopted over the last 10 years. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like Deadpool taken to the next level. Like, it's more ridiculous than Deadpool, and I didn't think I could say that because Deadpool's like made to be ridiculous, but man, Samuel L. Jackson is just insane. Ryan Reynolds and him together, I mean, it's just a crazy ride all the way through. I've never seen a movie that changes tone so often either. Like, it starts off like serious-ish, and then it gets sad and heartfelt, and then 2 seconds later, it's just the most ridiculous comedy you've ever seen, mixed with action.
Yeah, I am complete agreement there. There's no movie that does that more than that movie. It's just completely ridiculous.
I can't help but notice that you're literally just copying me. I definitely had a tie in my drawing, and
yeah, I mean, I did draw a tie in this drawing, but you'll notice that it's not really a.
I mean, you're ruining it with whatever those scribbles are.
Human wariness. Okay, so let me just.
So who's this? Is this?
See, I figured there's two different definitions we can pull from the word hitman, right? There's a man who hits, but there's also a man who gets hit.
Ah, of course.
So
the worst job in the world.
So this is the hitman. Okay.
So the hitman has a wife.
Yes.
And she has a bodyguard.
Why is it drawing? Oh man, the pen's messing up, but well, that's just the way it goes.
Yep. No. I think it's only fair. Look at those interlocking chains.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Chains or what? Hold up.
Extremely believable. I just can't wait to see the female version of a punching bag.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know.
It's she's gonna have like a bow.
I'm honestly surprised more punching bags aren't dressed up like people. Because there's a lot of people, I'm sure, who would be much more enthusiastic about punching a punching bag if it resembled
like
someone. Doesn't have to be anybody in particular, just like that. Like, I would want a punching bag that was dressed in a tuxedo and just giving me that awkward smile.
Like, I want to draw like a dress. But
I think it's too late.
I think like there's already just not a dress.
I also think that if they sold a female punching bag, there would be like a lawsuit.
It keeps drawing. But
that's what pens do. I'm
there's
telling you,
line.
if you were using the
I'm
drawing,
going to incorporate that line. Okay, so this is
like
gonna
some
be
hair.
Yeah, so she's like turned now, apparently.
If you were using the drawing glove, as is recommended, and came with this drawing tablet, I think it wouldn't mess up.
So she's got hair.
Oh dear.
Which I guess I'll just.
See,
clearly I was drawing the dress to be this is the front, but nope.
Yeah, I mean,
hair.
I am entirely inclined to believe that it is facing sideways. She's looking at her husband.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you saved it with that. I think we can see it now.
I'm trying to save it first. But like
Hey, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. She has a bow in her hair and she's turned sideways looking at her husband. Whether that was intentional or not, it's wonderful.
Okay. I mean, that's what's happening. That's and so
Saved it.
now we've got to draw the bodyguard.
The hitman's wife's bodyguard.
So we got to draw this guy.
Just to be fair, if somebody's hiring a bodyguard to protect a punching bag, that bodyguard is in for quite a challenge. Oh, see? He's handsome. Just like my bodyguard.
Yeah, I mean, bodyguards have to be handsome.
Why is it the bodyguards are always handsome in movies?
Because would you trust somebody with your life if they're ugly?
I guess that's probably the case. Is that like a requirement that all the bodyguarding schools that are out there, do they have bodyguarding schools? Like, they have like butler schools that train people how to like take care of people and, you know, carry their dishes and open their doors and clean their laundry. You'd think there's probably like a school for bodyguards.
If I've learned anything from movies, which I have not,
That's
it's
too bad.
that they normally just hire like ex-military guys.
Oh, so the military training prepares you for being a bodyguard.
Yeah.
You think there's anybody who just skips right over that though? Like they grow up and they're like, I want to, you know, take a bullet for somebody, and that's their whole life goal.
Probably. Like, I mean, that's what Secret Service is, right?
You've got your guy almost doing the Spock fingers. Like there's a gap kind of in the middle there.
At least he has those fingers.
We explained why the ladies in my drawing don't have fingers.
Explained after.
Hey, you're the one who explained it.
Because you drew it like that.
I don't want to say that he's really like plain looking for a bodyguard, but the hitman's, oh gosh.
I mean,
never
they
mind.
can't hire the best bodyguard, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because they're punching bags.
He's just like generic bodyguard. Bodyguard Joe.
Yeah. And so then we've got this guy who wants to just really... Oh.
Get the drawing glove on your hand.
Okay.
What exactly is that?
This guy's got a fro that's covering up his eyes.
Ah, the angriest of folks have that. Wait, is that his nose sticking out from his fro?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Because that's what
I feel like there was like a Looney Tunes character. Oh, never mind. Yeah, there was like a Looney Tunes character who used to... The one who guarded the sheep from Wile E. Coyote, and you could never see his eyes because his like hair or his eyebrows or something were covering him up. That's how I picture this extra tough, extra angry man who didn't buy a hairbrush.
Yeah, but this guy, see, he just really
What is that guy's
wants to
name?
punch something.
I'm looking up that character from Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes Shepherd. Yeah, he had like hair that like went right over his eyes, and you could never tell. Sam the sheepdog. Sam the sheepdog. Yeah, see, look, that's Sam the sheepdog. It's basically what you went for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just has his hair right over his eyes, and his nose is sticking out. It's wonderful.
Like that. Okay, let's see. So this guy's got like a heart.
Does he?
That says...
I'm noticing a pattern with your characters over the last 2 weeks. Oh,
He really likes to punch things.
like your guy last week really liked the USA.
Yeah, I mean, how else do you show
This guy
that
is...
somebody likes something?
This guy's arm is just gonna snap at the elbow one day, just in two. He's got his enormous forearm and enormous
He
bicep. And...
punches so much. And this guy's just saying... No.
Oh, yep. Good job, bodyguard. Good job, bodyguard.
Yep. So,
Wow.
He's protecting the hitman's wife. That is a punching
Hitman's
bag.
wife's bodyguard.
And I mean, that's my drawing.
I think it's wonderful.
So I'm just gonna put it down.
See, this is the point where if we wanted to take another like 20 minutes and mess up the drawing even more.
It keeps drawing.
Get yourself a drawing glove.
Hitman's wife.
I was going to say something about how we could add background and that wouldn't really help our drawing, but just the handwriting alone.
Well, this time's not really my fault.
I'm just looking forward to seeing if you spell your name correctly this week because
Yeah, well, yeah, it's hard. It's
you
hard to
did
write
it.
Your name when you're being distracted.
it is rarely hard to remember how to spell your name, but I'm impressed you succeeded this week.
Yep. So there we have it. I had many technical difficulties, but a drawing came out.
Wonderful. Great
And
follow-up to our...
Arguably, it's worse because of it.
I think you're probably right, but it's a good follow-up to our weekend movie outing. It's nice to be able to be back in theaters seeing things, and if you haven't seen The Hitman's Bodyguard, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Sorry, I was trying to read what you wrote, and it wasn't helping. But we recommend it, sort of. It's definitely a unique, hilarious, ridiculous movie.
If you're an adult looking for a funny movie,
It's there.
it is a movie choice. But yeah, I think that Hotel Transylvania movie that's coming out, isn't that like the first kids movie since 2020 that's been only in theaters?
It's probably true. It's been a long time. We really like going to the movies, and this last year has made it hard to see new movies, so we're thankful to be back. And next time we go see a movie, we will probably attempt to draw it for you as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, hope you have a good week until next time. Adios.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.